Okay, welcome to day 2 for your review on your final. We're going to do the last 26 problems today. So if you are watching this video and you did not fold it correctly yesterday, just grab 2 pieces of paper, fold it each piece into 8s so that you'll have 8 sections on the front, 8 on the back, and then 8 on the front for the second piece and 8 on the back for the second piece as well. So for the first problem, we're doing number 25. So you should be at the top left of whatever page you're working on. And it's some more integer work. So it gives us this equation right here. It gives us n plus 26.32 equals 29.57. So it's just a one-step equation. And so with my one-step equation, I need to get the variable by itself. And so I need to get rid of the plus 26.32. So I'm going to subtract 26.32 from each side. So then n equals whatever 29.57 minus 26.32 equals. 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. 29 minus 26 is 3. So your answer is 3.25. That's box 25. That is your 25th problem. Box 26, question. I just gave mine away. 26, still light work. I've got m divided by 4.5 equals 1. I want to get m by itself. So if I'm dividing by 4.5, what's the opposite of dividing by 4.5? Multiply. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 4.5. So I'm going to go 4.5. I'm going to go 4.5. And so I have m equals whatever 1 times 4.5 is. 4.5. So that's about as easy as it gets right there. That's number 26. Next box. I've got, now we're getting into 2-step equations. Still pretty easy, but a little bit harder than a 1-step equation. I've got 25 plus 5x equals 10. So I need to get rid of 25 first. How do I get rid of 25? Subtract 25 from both sides. I still have on the left side 5x. And then what do I have on the right side? I've got 10 minus 25. Negative 15. So I've got negative 15. I divide both sides by 5, and I have x equals whatever negative 15 divided by 5 is. Let's say negative 3. Then we go to number 28. Number 28, I have x divided by 4 plus 17 equals negative 9. What am I getting rid of first? I'm getting rid of the plus 17, so I'm going to subtract 17 from both sides. So I have minus 17, I have minus 17, I have x divided by 4. What is negative 9 minus 17? Negative 26. Copy, change, right? So negative 9 minus 17, negative 9 plus negative 17. So I've got a negative 26. And then how do I get rid of the 4? Multiply both sides by 4. Let's change colors. Multiply both sides by 4. Sneak it over here. Negative times a positive, I know is a negative. I know that 25 times 4 is 100, so 26 times 4 is 4 more than 100. So it's a negative 104. Still pretty easy, right? 2 steps harder than 1 step, but Still fairly easy. The next one, number 29. We are going to combine some like terms. I've got 5m plus 3m equals 24. So if I have 5m plus 3m, if I combine like terms, what am I looking at? 8m. That plus that, combine like terms, 8m equals 24. And so to get m by itself, I am dividing, right? Dividing by 8. And so m equals 3. The next problem, a two-step problem, but now I have some distributive property also. So we're going 30 equals, I've got negative 2 outside parentheses, so negative 2 times the quantity m plus 3. And then outside the parentheses, I also have another plus m. So what are we doing first? What do you mean when I say parentheses or when you say distributive property, right? Because I can't combine these because I don't know what m is, but I can do, let's go different color again. I can do this. Oh, I thought I was going different color. So I've got 30 equals, what's negative 2 times m? Negative 2m. What's negative 2 times 3? Negative 6. I don't see a number in front of my m. So 1, right? So it's a 1m. So let's combine some like terms. Let's go purple. Negative 1m. So I've got 30 equals negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1m minus 6. Get rid of minus 6. Add 6 to both sides. 36 equals negative 1m. So if negative 1m equals 36, let's put it over here. Doesn't matter which one you put on the left and which one you put on the right. I need to get negative 1 away from m. Divide both sides by negative 1. And a positive divided by a negative is a negative. So it's a negative 36. 31. So you should be bottom left of your paper. Yes, no, maybe so? Yeah. 31 is 6x plus 8 equals 2x plus 4. Now I have variables on both sides of the equal sign. You want to put x's to the left or do you want to put x's to the right? Left, right? Because if you put them to the left, you're going to have a positive number in front of the x's. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. What is 6x minus 2x? 4x. So I have 4x. Still have plus 8. What happens here? Gone. Equals 4. So the goal is to get the x by itself. So you say subtract 8, right? So I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. 4x equals, what is 4 minus 8? Negative 4. Put it over here. 4x equals negative 4. Now I get rid of this 4 by dividing. And now whoever said negative 1 is correct. Negative 4 divided by positive 4 is negative. So when you take your test, same strategy I gave you on the video yesterday. Solve it first, get your answer, then go to look at your multiple choice and make sure that your answer shows up with the multiple choice. If it doesn't, you did something wrong. So then you go back and see what you mathematically did incorrectly. Last problem for this page. This is something that you have not done this year. This is a 7th grade skill now. Used to be an 8th grade skill. It says A plus 2. What's that inequality symbol mean? Less than or equal to, right? So now we're doing inequalities. We're going to solve it like it's an equation, but we have to keep in mind that the inequality symbol is going to be something other than an equal sign, and then we have to graph it. So if I was to think of this as an equation, I need to get A by itself. I need to get the variable by itself. So what do I need to get rid of? 2, right? So I need to get rid of plus 2. So to get rid of plus 2, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And so my final inequality is A less than or equal to, what's 6 minus 2? 4. Okay? And then you're going to see this. You're going to have to graph it on a number line, right? So we're going to go, this is the easiest way to do it. If your number that you're working on is 4, if that's your answer, just put 4 in the middle. Now your graph may not see that, and I just do this. I just do 2 numbers. I can put as many slashes as I need. I just put 2 numbers to the right and 2 numbers to the left. So the first number to the right is 5. Next number is 6. The first one to the left is 3. The one here, 2. Okay. Number lines go on forever. That's why they have arrows. So now we have to graph it. So it says A is less than or equal to 4. So I would almost suggest this. If you see this or this, you're going to put a closed circle. Okay, so I had to give yourself a little bit of a hint. So use this as a chart. If you see this symbol or this symbol, it's an open circle. And so I'll explain what that means in just a second. Like I said, it's been a while since you've done this, or hopefully you've done this before. So it says less than or equal to 4. So I'm going to go to 4. And it says less than or equal to, I'm going to put what type of circle? I'm a shaded because 4 works. Okay, because 4 is not less than 4, but 4 is equal to 4. So the number 4 works. That's why it's a closed circle. And then where do I shade? Where are the numbers less than 4? To the left. So then I'm going to shade to the left of that closed circle. And I don't have to go on forever because all I have to do is put a little arrow right there. And so now I've graphed on a number line that inequality. Okay, so first of all, 2 steps. You have to solve the inequality, and then you have to graph the inequality on a number line. Okay, keep this as your guide as far as open circle or closed circles. Let's do this. Maybe put some equal signs in there. Okay, are you done with the first page? Yes, no, maybe so? Yeah. So now you're on the back. Or if you did it properly yesterday, you're on the front of the last page. Remember, you get to use all of this on your final on Monday and Tuesday. Number 33, exact same type of problem. N minus 2 less than or equal to 7. What do I have to get by itself? N. So what do I need to get rid of? I have to add 2 because I have to get rid of subtracting 2, right? So I have to go plus 2. I have to go plus 2. I've got N less than or equal to 7 plus 2? 9. So let's make our number line. The key number on the number line is what? No. 9 is the key number on the number line, right? Because that's my answer. So I'm going to put 9 right in the middle. What's going here? 10. What's going here? 11. 11. What's going here? 8. What's going here? 7. What type of circle? Closed, right? Because it says less than or equal to. So closed circle on 9. Which way am I shading? Left, because the numbers that are left of that circle are the numbers that are less than 9. So it looks like this. Do we remember that?
Yeah.
You guys remember inequalities?
Yeah, I still have my book.
You still have your book from last year? There you go. Okay, so like I said, used to be an 8th grade skill. They dropped it down to 7th grade. So this is an older final. So we're just keeping it in there. The next one, number 34. How are we doing on time? We're doing good. I've got another inequality we have to solve, but we do not have to graph. I've got 3n less than negative 21. What do I have to get by itself? N by itself, divide by 3. N less than negative 7. Don't have to graph it. If you did have to graph it, you would put what type of circle on negative 7? Open circle on negative 7, and you would shade to the left, right? This is a good little strategy for you right here. If you have the variable on the left by itself, it's basically the inequality symbol is pointing to the direction that you should shade. So it's saying, oh, we should shade to the left, okay? That works if you are looking at an inequality where you have the variable by itself on the left. Number 35. I've got negative 36 is greater than negative 6j. What do I have to get by itself? J. What is keeping j from being by itself? Negative 6. So what do I have to do? Well, I don't want to multiply by negative. I want to divide by negative 6. Okay, here's the one sort of, I guess, difficult strategy. Do you guys remember back in 7th grade when you had to divide or multiply by a negative? What do you do with this symbol? You flip it. Well done. So we got to flip this. And it only is flipped when you're dividing or multiplying by a negative. So since I'm dividing by negative 6, what is negative 36 divided by negative 6? Positive 6. Negative divided by negative is positive. This was a greater than symbol. Now it's a less than symbol. And then I have j by itself. And so if I was to read it as j is what compared to 6, then I read it backwards now because j is over here on the right. So I'm reading it this way. So j is what of 6? J is greater than 6. Does that make sense? Anytime you're multiplying or dividing by negative, you have to flip the symbol. If the variable is on the right side, then you read it backwards because you always start with the letter. So j, as I read it backwards, j is greater than 6. Okay? Number 36. I've got d divided by 8 greater than negative 7. Am I flipping the sign? No. Why not? Because I'm multiplying by a positive, right? So even though I have a negative 7 here, I'm not multiplying both sides by negative 7. I'm multiplying both sides by 8. So I'm multiplying both sides by a positive number. So the sign does not flip. So it's d greater than negative 56. Done with inequalities. We're now to number 37. Anyone know what this means? Greatest common factor. Remember that? I think that's a 7th grade skill as well. So what used to be an 8th grade skill, it's now a 7th grade skill. I got 27x to the 4th. And I've got 42x squared. So I'm looking for the greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor is, what's the largest number that goes into both 27 and 42? The largest number.
7.
7 goes into 42. 7 does not go into 27. 9 goes into 27. 9 does not go into 42. Let me give you a little hint.
6.
6 goes into 42, does not go into 27. Is it? Well, 1 goes into anything, but 1 never does anything, right? How about this? Would you agree that, what are you saying? Zay, you got something? You were just going to go 3?
Yeah, Maddie just said 3.
Would you agree that 27 is 3 times 9? I would. Would you agree that 42 is 3 times 14? So what's the number they have in common? 3. So 3 is the number for the GCF. And then how many x's do they have in common? 1 has 4 x's, 1 has 2 x's. So how many do they have in common?
6 X's.
No, they don't have 6 x's in common. 2, right? This one has 4 x's. So let me write this like this. And this one has 2 x's. So all they have in common is 2 x's, right? So my GCF is 3x squared. Okay, so I look at the numbers. I figure out the GCF for the numerical part. And then I look at the variables and I figure out the GCF with the variables. And then I just combine them and that's my GCF for the whole thing. Number 38. Y to the 3rd. You should remember some of this from yesterday. Divided by y to the 4th. When the bases are the same. Yes, well done. I subtract. So what is 3 minus 4? -1. So your answer is y to the -1st. Do we also remember, because you may have it in a different form, if you have a negative exponent, what do you do with your base? Crickets. Negative exponent, what do you do with your base? Flip, thank you. So this is y over 1. So if I had a -1 and it says you can't have negative exponents, then you flip the base. The flip of y over 1 is 1 over y, and then that -1 now becomes a positive 1. It is the flipping of the base that gives you the positive exponent. That is number 38. 39, some light work on some fractions. 5/6. Box. 1/3. I need to know if it's that, if it's that, or if it's that. You say it's the second one? You think 5/6 is less than 1/3? Why don't we get common denominators just to verify? They're equal to?
No.
What's the common denominator? 6. So 1/3 is the same thing as 1 over 6? 2. So now it's easy to look at. 5/6 is greater than 2/6, less than 2/6, equal to 2/6, greater than. Make sure you remember back from elementary school, the alligator always eats
The bigger one.
a larger number, right? So, fraction light work right there. Do I need to add more pages? I think I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next one, 2/6. Now, one's a fraction, one is a decimal. Are they equal?
Yeah.
Why are they equal?
Because 2 divided by 6 equals
What's your Apple Watch say?
0.333.
Oh, it goes on forever. Oh, wow. Wait. So this,
So if you simplify it, it's 0.3.
Yeah, but it's
Well-
bigger than that because those extra 0.3s make it slightly larger.
so a 3 that goes on forever
3 point.
would be big. What's behind this?
3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
This is a 33333.
No, it doesn't have a line. It doesn't have a.
It doesn't have a line, so I think this would be a 30, right? I could put as many zeros as I want.
Yeah.
But this is 33333. So isn't 33333 bigger than 300000?
Yes.
So 2/6 is greater, slightly greater. 41. We take this simple fraction right here, and we're going to make it a decimal. This is a common sense problem. What's 1/4 of a dollar?
0.2.
25 cents, right? 25 cents is 1/4 of a dollar. But let's say we didn't have common sense. Then we go like this: 1 divided by 4. What is 4 going into 10?
0.
No.
Oh, 2.
0 here, though. Okay, either way. So if you don't have an easy fraction on your test, like a 1/4, and you don't know what that is, just based off of common sense with money and stuff like that, numerator divided by denominator. Okay? So you probably, even if you know this, you probably want to put this so that you know mathematically what you need to do to go from a fraction to a decimal. 42. You have to pick up the pace. -4/11 divided by -2/7. Here's the rule that all kids like to say over and over and over. This is the one rule that everyone remembers. Copy dot flip, right? So -4/11. The dot means change it to multiply. I'm going to flip this. 7's on the top, -2's on the bottom. We have options. We can multiply straight across and then reduce, or we could reduce first and then multiply straight across. Which one? Reduce first. So I've got a 4 and a 2. What goes into both 4 and 2? So 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 goes into 2 once. So I already know that a negative divided by a negative. Hello, how are you? I already know that a negative divided by negative is a positive, so I can get rid of these negatives as well. So what is 2 times 7 on top? What is 11 times 1 on bottom? 11. They may give you the answer as an improper fraction, but what if I needed to put that into a mixed number? How many times does 11 go into 14? Once. How many are left over? There's my answer. Number, let's see, you should be back page, right?
Oh, we've been on the back page.
Really?
Yeah.
32. Oh, yeah, you're already on it. Because we have to combine 47, 48, 49, and 50. That's right. That's how we're doing it. Number 43, I've got A plus 2/7 equals 3/5. How do I get A by itself? Subtract 2/7. Let's go different color. What is my common denominator? 35. So I've got times 7, so that's 21. I've got times 5, so that's a negative 10. What is 21/35 minus 10/35? 11/35. 44. We got a party room, word problem. We got a party room at Penny's Pizza. The initial fee is $30. What's that? In algebra, what is that?
Y-intercept.
Thank you. That is my y-intercept. We've got, then it's $6 per hour.
Are we writing this in the equation?
You are, yeah.
Y equals mx plus b.
Yeah. So it says her bill was $48. So first of all, I'm going to go y equals mx plus b. Y equals, I don't know, was she there a long time? What's my equation? 6x plus 30. It says the total bill was $48. So am I going to put 48 in for x?
No.
48 in for y, right? So I got 48 equals 6x plus 30. Subtract 30 from both sides. 18 equals 6x. Divide by 6. Let me sneak it in over here. How many hours was she there? 3 hours. I have no idea who that is.
It's a celebrity. It says it right there.
Witchcraft. It's a witch.
It's Roden.
Oh. I guess we're back to inequalities. 3m minus 6.
No, I didn't. I was saying that other people had.
We're recording. We don't want to hear that. How do I get rid of minus 6? Add 6. Negative 12 plus 6. Negative 6. Divide by. Am I flipping?
Yes. No, because it's a positive.
No, because I'm divided by a positive, right? So m less than or equal to negative 2. What number's going in the middle? Negative 2. What number's going to the right? Look on. Oh, I was going to say look at my number line, but I still got the CMAS paper up. Negative 1, right? Because negative 1's bigger than negative 2. What's going to the right? We're still on the right.
0.
Now, Julian, what's going to the left?
Negative 3.
Thank you. What's going to the left of that?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. What are we using for our circle? Closed circle, and I'm shading left. Looks like that. $46. Do I have to add more boxes? I do. 46. Make a quick table. And we've got negative 5, we've got negative 3, we've got negative 2, we've got 0. We've got negative 2, we've got 5, we've got negative 4, and we've got negative 5. What do we look at? Oh, nice job. If it's linear, but is that linear?
No.
No, that's not linear. But is it a function? Because that's the question. Is it a function? It is a function. Nothing over here repeats. It is a function. Okay, so you should have 2 boxes left. Yes or no? Okay, so we're gonna basically put 47 and 48 in that bottom left box, and we're gonna put 49 and 50 in the bottom right box. And we're about 5 minutes away from class being over, so we're in good shape, but we got to go quick. So here we go. I've got y equals x plus 2. You're going to just do a quick sketch of the graph. What's the y-intercept? So what do I do?
You put a dot at 2.
Dot at 2 on the y-axis, right? So find 2 on the y-axis, put a dot. Don't see a number in front of the x. What's my slope? 1, which means what? Up 1, right 1, right? Because my slope is 1 over 1. So from there, up 1, right 1. I could also do down 1, left 1, right? And so there's a quick sketch of my graph. Okay? And then, like I said, in the same box, so we're still in the lower left. For number 48, it looks like this. Here's my equation that I have to graph. What's the matter?
You got 3x.
Yeah, it's not in slope-intercept form. So how do I get it in slope-intercept form? Add 3x to both sides. So now I have it where I can graph. Sketch a quick graph. What do I graph first? Y-intercept, which is what? -2. So I'm going to go down 2 on my y-axis. Down 2 on my y-axis, put a point. What's my slope? Up 3, right 1, right? Up 3, right 1. From this point right here, 1, 2, 3, right 1. I don't have room to go down 3, left 1, so we'll just do it just like that. There's your graph. Last 2 problems. Last box. 49. Gives you 2 points. What do you think they want you to do? No. Find the slope. Find the slope. I went from 1 to -5. What did I do? Down 6. So my rise is down 6. I went from -4 to -7. What did I do? Down 3. So there's my run. That cleans up very nicely. +2. Your slope is +2. And then your last problem, number 50. I've got y equals -x minus 3. I've got y equals x plus 5. I have options. You have options. We could solve it graphically because I'm looking for the solution. We could solve it algebraically by either doing substitution or elimination. There's no wrong answer. Which one would you like? Substitution. Okay, so they're both in slope-intercept form. So I have, that's correct.
Or that order, both words.
Let's put the x's to the right. So let's add x to both sides. So I've got -3 equals 2x plus 5. Let's subtract 5. You say you're rushing me? I am, because we're almost out of time. -3 minus 5 is -8. Divide by 2. The x value is what? -4. That's not my answer because the solution is always a point. I would plug it into that orange equation at the bottom. What is -4 plus 5?
4 plus 5 is -1.
Is it -1 or is it +1?
Oh, -4 plus 5.
It's a +1. That is all 50 questions. Is that a hard test?
Oh.
Not really. Okay, you get to use this. Do not lose this. You have the weekend to make sure you do not lose it. When you come in on Monday, it is test time. You got 2 days. We'll do the first 25 on Monday, the second 25 on Tuesday, and then it is over. Guys, have a great day. We will talk to you soon.
And then we turn our computers in Wednesday.
Wednesday, we turn our computers in.